good night. Welcome to week number 4, right, of our consultation session. Shouldn't be a long session tonight. We're looking at some core points on the agenda we want to cover. One being I want to address some of the missing grades. Two, we're looking at the forum discussion that's due tonight, right? The forum discussion is due. Three, also looking at reviewing the quiz. And then I want to close off by talking about a document I sent out when it comes to the homework, right, the assignment. A lot of people had questions on the assignment, so we created an easier document. I think that document I sent you was kind of, extensive. So we have an easier one that we sent out that does have a nice breakdown of everything. So I'm going to go through that with you as well. Let's start with I'll do the house cleaning when it comes to the missing work, right? What I noticed, we have a lot of people that have missing discussions, right? From both sections. Like I mentioned earlier, you can't email that discussion to me, right? You need to then email it to the site, right? Or post it to the site, to the Moodle site. So I mentioned earlier what's the process. You need to email the course coordinator, right? Which is going to be Ms. Raisa, and then explain her situation, and then she's able to open it up because I need to put a grade in the system itself, right? I have an Excel sheet that I have as well, but I have to grade it in the system, in the site, right? So it's important that we all get that out of the way because what I don't want is the fact that it starts piling up, right? Piling up on you. And I can see right now I have about 3 students that have already missed the quiz and that discussion, and they have not done that introduction discussion. So I already seeing a trend, right? Seeing a trend that they're not doing anything in the course. So again, please don't let that happen to you. Try to be on top of your game. I noticed right now we still have some people going in and out of the class of the course. For example, today I noticed that in my section 3.1, we have 2 new students added, and I just sent out that email earlier to the group when it comes to the assignment group, which group I assigned them to. I'm going to be sending out an email to that particular section in a few that talks about their contact information. Right, and it's gonna be Ms. Katus and Mr. Locaro, right? You're added to that section, so you give it to 35. Now, people looking at these grades for this quiz number 1, I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Upper 20s, we have 9, like it's full points. You're looking at 18, 19s, right? Minimal when it comes to the failure. That shows me something. It shows me that if you're failing, it's because you're not putting in that, extra effort at work. You have reading assignments as well that you should be doing, right? And this shows me because I'm looking at people getting 20 out of 20 right down the line, right? And it shows me that they're putting that work. So again, people, and if you don't do so well on this first assessment, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world, right? You always can make it back because then if you go to your course outline and you see the percentages, right? Right. So again, but still, you want to have that best effort in everything you do, right? In this point in time. Now, we're looking at 2 things also. The university have asked us to give extra points for attendance. And I noticed some people are kind of logging in and logging out, right? That's okay, right? But we're going to take it at the middle of the session, right? So we're giving extra points for attendance. While we're doing this, we understand that, again, we're not forcing students that don't have a next class going on, right? So you should go to that synchronous class, right? But at this point in time, they're asking us to give extra points to students that are attending the sessions, the consultation sessions, right? So after the first 15 minutes, I'm just going to run the attendance, and I'm just going to put it in an Excel sheet, and I'm start adding up extra points, right, for students. Also, we're looking at participation in the class. So, and again, it's nothing too crazy. For example, like today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over a quiz, right? So I'll ask that maybe somebody, go and just read the question and answer, and then you get your points. You're just working like that to guarantee your points here. And afterwards, you're able to then choose what assessment you want to put the points towards, right? So I think it's fair. I think it's fair for you guys as well because you're taking the time, you're taking that 15 minutes to half an hour out of a day, right, to join the session. So it's fair to give you that point, right? And I believe I'm free. I'm all for it, right? And I told him I agree already. So we're gonna start doing that tonight. Okay. Next, we have some other people who want to jump in. Yeah. Next, looking at the missing grade situation, I urge you all to please email, text Miss Raisa, I already sent information to you, right? She's the individual that's in charge of the Moodle site. I don't have control to open an assessment or close the assessment. She's the only individual that can do that, right? So I noticed some people have gotten through with her already, right? That they're contacting me, so I see their work already being posted. So please, please, again, if you know you're that individual, that is not when have missing work, right? Please don't let it pile up to you, right? Because you notice the next assessment is due today again, right? So it's important that we stay on top of our game when it comes to assessments. I take it for granted that everybody knows how to use the Moodle site. Again, I have to be mindful that we have individuals that are just entering university at this point in time. So I'm going to put on my screen sharing right now. Let me put it on real quick. And I want to kind of, not share my entire window. I want to kind of go through some of the basic things again, because I noticed that some people, yeah, go ahead, Miss, go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. When you're speaking about missing assignment, is it the forum that you're speaking about?
Yeah, I mean,
Or
I'm talking about that discussion one. Yeah, the forum discussion one. Some people have that missing, and some people have a missing quiz. So those are two assessments I'm talking about right now that we're talking about.
okay, sir. I'm just asking to
No
clarify.
problem. No
Thank you.
problem. All right. So on, I think it was last when we had the quiz, right, on Friday. I noticed some individuals are calling me in the morning time and asking me if we have a quiz today. Keep in mind, right, that I already sent you an email reminder, right? I sent you an email reminder. The Moodle site sends you our message, right, in the announcement section. And also, right over here, right, you have your upcoming events, right? It's right over here. Once again, I just want to kind of show that again. I want to go really slow, right? It's right here on upcoming events. It was right there. And the time is going to open, right? So for a student to ask me if you have a quiz today, it makes me kind of think, right? Are you viewing the emails? Are you going on the Moodle site, right? It kind of raise an eyebrow for me, right? So again, people, the information is right at your fingertips. I try my best to send you reminders, right? Even though you're not, I send you reminders to your personal emails, right? So that's very important. And also, I also told you to refer to your course outline, right? Your course outline also shows you, right, what is due on what date and everything else, right? So, for example, right now, we're week number 4, right? So we're entering chapter 2, and your discussion is right here, and your discussion question is right here as well. So this by itself is a reminder. People, it's important that you're using the resources, right? You can't expect to do well in the course and you're not viewing anything, you're not reading the material, you're just there, skylarking. It's not gonna work, right? So again, my advice to you for those people, the information is right at your fingertips, it's right there, right? So it's important that we view the information. Everything is right there. I got a next message talking about where is the information for the quiz. I'm like, I'm kind of eyebrows again goes up, because again, you have right down here, you have your course textbook that you should have done your reading assignment on, right? It's right there. The PowerPoint presentations are right there. All the videos are right there. So we're not just making up stuff here, right? Very important. Because, I kind of look back and think about it. It's like, come on, the material is right there. I don't think I have to email you that stuff. It's right there, right? If you want, I can forward you it, right? If you need to submit your email, I can do that as well for you. I have no issues doing that, all right? So, again, on your Moodle site, you have your announcements that we send a reminder. Also, in upcoming events. Like right now, you can see that you have a discussion forum due today, right? If I click on that, right, I'm able to then view that particular discussion forum. I'm in it. For example, I noticed some people in my section 3.1 already submitted some stuff already. That's excellent, right? And I go down to the forum question. I click on it, right? And it's right there. The forum question is right there, and the instructions are above, right? This same forum question is in your course outline as well, right? It's in a lot of places, people. The information in a lot of places. So it won't be wise for you, right, to not check your Moodle regularly, right? Not check your email regularly. And then when it comes to everybody's talking about a quiz, then you're like, what's the quiz about? You know, at that point, you know, I think you kind of lost the concept of it, right? Because it shows me then that, you know, you didn't put in that work, right? Very, very important. I want to then go now to, we're looking at the quiz, right? So hold on, any questions on the missing work? Hold on, before I continue, let me close it back. I noticed some students were having issues when it comes to their quiz, right? So I mentioned the process of addressing that quiz situation, right? Please make an effort to contact the course coordinator and explain the situation. In the email, you can CC it, courtesy copy it to me, and I'll be able to see it. Like we have a proof that you actually, you know, contacted the individual and then they had a response, and then all right, then you're able to get in. I noticed about 5 or 6 students were able to get in and get their work posted. That was good, right? It shows that we have that communication line. All right. For other people, again, don't get stressed out if things that happen. People think it's out of your control, right? Especially for people don't have that power outage, it's out of your control, right? Don't get worked up. When power comes on back, send your email, right? To the course coordinator. You can WhatsApp her. Yeah, it's in the WhatsApp number. Then she's able to put you on the list, and afterwards she'll generate your second section, right? Your makeup in the event. And it's a good example of what happened. And that stuff that can happen, right? So don't get worked up. Right, you'll have your attempt to finish your assessment. Okay. All right. So, any questions based on missing work and the quiz assessment that went on? Everybody cool? All right. Silence is golden. All right. So we're gonna continue now. Then, what I'm not gonna do right now, I'm not gonna go through the. I'm gonna go through the multiple choice, right, just to let you all see the answers. But I'm not gonna be going through the makeup because I have about 5 students left to post up their makeup work. I won't be fair to you all that did it, right? So I'm just gonna go through the multiple choice because you're not gonna get that multiple choice again. All right. So we go into participation points then. I'm gonna put on my screen sharing option, and I'm just gonna go through the questions, and I'll ask that we have one individual, right, so I can just jot it down. So one individual just read the question and the answer, and we just go on from there and there, right? So you can just take, you know, you take turns, right? So in this case, we'll have 20 of you all doing it, right? And then I'll just jot down that information, and I'll have that for your extra points, okay? Is that cool with you all?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna put on my screen sharing again, and we're gonna just go through, right? Go ahead, Ms. Ria.
Sir, so only the people that would do that quiz could answer the question.
No, anybody can. You can volunteer. It's volunteer. We're doing participation point. So we have one person can do number 1, number 2. You all have your turn. I have all your names already on Excel sheet already generating. So I'm gonna tick it off, right? And the other people that don't have a turn, then we'll do you guys again another time. We'll do the
Sir, I'll be number 1.
No problem. No problem. Right? So I'm just gonna put it up right now. So I'm gonna put on my screen sharing. I'm gonna take our time and go through it. And afterwards, we're going to move on to the next agenda that I have because I was watching the time, right? I don't want to keep it to that half an hour window with you all right? All right, so let me put on my screen sharing again. Okay, so we're rendering. All right, perfect. Okay, let's have this. All right, so you want to pull up right here. Pull this up real quick. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit for you guys so you can see it. Is that good enough? Can y'all see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Can y'all see it good? All right, perfect. I'm gonna zoom a little bit. All right, let's go to number 1 then. One question and answer.
Question 1. All levels of management between the first level and top level of the organization. They may have titles such as regional manager, project leader, store manager, or division manager. Okay. And the answer is C, middle managers.
Excellent, middle manager. And I remember I went and I gave you all your different sections for that. So you all good.
Realize the answer and different thing.
Yeah, I'm showing the answer one time. We're just gonna read it out so everybody can see it for reference. All right. So next, let's go to number 2. Next person.
Me, sir.
Getting
Go ahead. Go ahead.
getting the most output from the least amount of inputs in order to minimize resources costs. It is often referred to as doing things right, efficiency.
Efficiency. Right. Excellent. Next, let's move on. Number 3.
Working with and through people to accomplish organizational goals. Leading.
Leading. Right. And we talk about the functions. Right. It's a leading. All right. Question 4.
Entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator, and negotiator. Decisional rules.
Decisional rules. Right. Moving on. Number 5.
Which of the following is a challenge of being a manager? The answer is B. A manager's success typically is dependent on others' work performance.
Right. And I mentioned that earlier. Moving on. Number 6 again. Next person, please.
The breakdown of jobs into narrow, repetitive tasks is the division of labor.
Division of labor. Perfect. Moving on. Moving on to next one, number 7.
A management.
Okay, you have a turn. Don't worry about it. You have your turn. You have your turn.
Go.
All right, a management philosophy devoted to continual improvement and responding to customer needs and expectations is the total quality management.
Excellent. Total quality management. Moving on. Let's go. Next person, please. Number 8.
Which of the following is not a curse?
Yeah.
One at a time. We have enough guys. Don't worry about it.
Organization. The answer is C, unity of command.
All right. Unity of command. Excellent. All right. Moving on. Number 9.
The degree to which employees or subordinates are involved in decision making. C. Centralization.
Centralization. Excellent. Number 10.
Managers must be able to give orders, and authority gives them this right. The authority.
Authority. Right. Very important. Number 11.
A management approach that recognizes organizations as different, which means they face different situation, contingency, and require different ways of managing. C, contingency approach.
Contingency approach. Number 12.
What did the early advocates of OB contribute to our understanding of management? The organization must manage people, motivate, lead, build trust, work with a team, manage conflict, and so forth.
And that's correct. Moving on.
Sir, I got a question, sir.
Number 13. Go ahead.
What are OB?
Organizational behavior.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So moving on to the next question. So that was this one over here. Number 13. Next person, please.
Technical skills are job-specific knowledge and techniques needed to proficiently perform specific tasks. True.
True. We mentioned the skills, right, with different levels. 14.
Effectiveness is completing activities so that organizational goals are attained, often described as doing the right things.
Right things. True. Excellent. Thank you so much. Moving on. Number 15.
Frederick W. Taylor is known as the father of the 14 principles of management. False.
False. That's wrong. Number 16. Let's go. Next person, please.
Using the systems approach, managers envision an organization as a body with many interdependent parts, each of which is important to the well-being of the organization as a whole. True.
Excellent. Number 17. Almost there.
The Gilberts were among the first to use motion picture films to study hand and body emotions in order to eliminate wasteful emotions. They also devised a classification scheme to label 17 basic hand motions called thirblings.
Thirblings.
Thirblings. True.
True. Excellent. 18. Next person, please.
The informational roles involve people, subordinates, and persons outside the organization, and other, I guess, ceremonial and symbolic duties. False.
False. Yeah, you can. You did it excellent as well. 19. Next person.
The classic approach evolved from mathematical and statistical solution developed for military problems during World War II. False.
False, not classical. Right? Last one. Let's go. 20. Anybody?
Open systems are influenced by and do interact with their environment. True.
All right. Excellent. Now, you all went through just now the quiz. So this is a reference video that you can go back and then create a study guide, because these same questions are going to come back in the test. Exact questions. Right? So I just want to kind of have that open for you. Now, I want to go back into the forum, and I'll ask a volunteer to read the forum for me, please. Let me pull it up real quick. The forum question that's due today, or tonight then. Can I get a volunteer to read that, please?
Compare and contrast the 4 ways managers make decisions. What should a good manager do if it becomes apparent that a decision that has already been made is clearly not working or solving the situation?
Excellent. Right? So that is your forum discussion, right? And it's important, guys, write in your own words. A lot of people are writing, when it comes to they're afraid to express themselves. So it's important to write in your own words, all right? All right, can I get somebody else to read this instruction, please, for the question?
Discussion forums grade value 10% of total grade. You will reflect upon activities done and management concepts learned in class by discussing with your peers crucial topics assigned by the lecturer. You will post a reflection and respond to 2 of your peers' posts using well-formulated response. Yes, I agree, great point, etc. are not well-formulated answers. Minimum 8 sentences or 200 words. To post your response, click add a new discussion topic, reply. Once you have replied, you must then respond to 2 of your peers' posts.
Exactly. So I want you to do 2 responses. And again, you're just reading and you're reflecting upon what they wrote. All right. A lot of people are writing great point. Great. Again, that's not a structured response. All right. So it's important that you have that down. So due date for this again is tonight, Wednesday, September 8th, closes at 12 o'clock, right? Or 11:59. Right. So I urge you then to get that in, right? Get that particular section in. All right, so that's what's due, and again, it's right there for the people. It's right there, See right there, right? Discussion 2. So it's there for you. Now, I want to go right into the assignment now, and I talked about it a whole session about this assignment. I sent you a file in your email, and it's also uploaded right here. If I go back on Moodle, let me show you something. We go on Moodle right here. You notice that we have the assignment, and it has how to complete the assignment right here. Right here, right? This document is the document I sent you. It's on Moodle as well, and I sent you right into your email. All right. This document is a breakdown. I'm getting a lot of questions when it comes to the assignment, sir. What you do here, what you do there, right? And I said that we need to kind of formulate something that's more straightforward, and so we came up with this. All right. So this document right here is a breakdown of how you're gonna format your case assignment. Okay. So I think it's pretty much straightforward. I also kind of want to go through it. So we have your format. So we cover page, UB logo, assignment topic, name of the group members. I'm getting a lot of emails when it comes to group members not contacting each other, right? And I sent out forwards, and the reason I'm sending out the forwards is for proof that we're trying to contact you, right? This is a major part of your grade, right? It's important to get it done. So name, of course, facilitator, / coordinator, of course, and also the date. And you all know that, right? And the course facilitator and the coordinator is Ms. Raisa, okay? Introductions and summary looks at provide a reader with an overview of your assigned case, highlighting important information about the case. Okay, so that's really brief. Okay, and that's just introduction paragraph. And again, it's paragraph form.
Sir?
And I know the question I'm going to ask about the question number 1, right?
Yes. My main thing was because I did get confused because you have your introduction and then also on the, I guess the
one question.
Yes.
Yeah, it has summarized.
I think have summarized case studies. I was thinking that it was like an executive summary, then the summary of the case study itself.
Exactly. And you,
so I thought it
got,
was two separate things.
Yeah. When it comes to this, the introduction summary is like I would say an abstract of the entire case. You won't go in detail, just an overview, right, of your particular whole, your conclusion and everything. It's an overview. You're looking at overview. You'll see like a short extraction compared to that summary you're gonna do in that first paragraph, right? And I'll actually ask me that same question. So I was telling that, of course, we want to summarize the entire case, right? But of course, in this introduction is a summary of the entire, like an abstract, right, of the entire work, the body of work you're presenting. That's what I kind of get across to you guys.
So would your best advice be that after gathering all the answers for the questions that were provided, should we then write the summary?
Yes, exactly. Then write the summary. And of course, and it goes back to research. I know you have a little research background there, you're talking there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and that's exactly what I'm saying. So after you finish, that's actually the last thing you do, right? And I was gonna get to that just now. So after you finish answering all the questions, then you go ahead and then you write your brief description of the entire case and everything else. So it's an abstract to the entire body of work you're presenting. And it's just like what you said. And glad you have that input just now for the other viewers. Okay, and so we mentioned this in introduction, right? So actually do that last, right? I would advise you to do that last. And then you have the body of the body paragraphs, and of course you're touching all the answers. And again, each paragraph, right, when it comes to each question. And of course you finish off with your conclusion. And of course you're identifying your major factors when it comes to the case. Again, I want to know what you learned. It's important you write in your own words, right? Your personal reflections on the case, and this is why we have several members in the group to be able to bounce off ideas and what was your thoughts on certain things, and and also we're going to talk about what are the management strategies covered in this particular course and can be seen in the case study. So how can we link the strategies back to the case, right? Having that link, and you all did excellent on that quiz. So I know this shouldn't be anything hard for you to do, right? Because those quiz grades are really high. Right, so you're able to then link what you learned, right, from the actual videos and your reading back to this case, right? So I want to see that link in the end. And it should be okay, right? And of course, you have your references there in APA style. That's about it, okay? And the big question, like we mentioned earlier, was people getting confused between introduction / summary with the actual question number 1, because as you summarize the case. So again, after you finish answering all the questions, you do a general summary here, okay? Any other questions on the case? Feel free to ask questions, guys. I'm here for that. So again, this is sent to your email, right? And you also have it on the website, okay? So we have this already for you on that particular site. All right. Let's move on then. So we went through so we want to go now to the course outline, okay? All right. So we're moving into chapter 2, making decisions. And we're also looking at, kind of want to go forward a little bit before I continue. Assignment 1 coming up, right? So it's important that we focus all our efforts on this assignment when it comes to the group. I apologize for the groups in section 3.1. I've added 2 students, right, to your group today because they were added to the class today. So I ask that you contact them. I'll be sending out an email shortly to that particular section with the contact information for those 2 students, and that'll be it. All right. We're looking at chapter 2, making decisions. I'll be doing a brief a brief breakdown next week of this particular chapter. What I wanted to do today also was give you the answers for your discussion, right, your forum discussion, but due to the fact that I have a number of people still have not submitted, it won't be fair to give them the answer, right? So I'm giving them till next week. Afterwards, there's a cutoff point, and afterwards I'm going to give out the answers for that, because you need to have that. You have all this information, so when you're writing your study guide and stuff, you can then refer to it, all right? Very important. So chapter 2 then, I'm looking at making decisions, decision-making process. We're looking at that, and we have a nice amount of videos set for you for that one. Managers making decisions, right? Types of conditions and, you know, decisions as well. We have certain factors that affect decisions, right? External factors. Effective decision-making in today's world. And of course, we're going to look at, they have a nice video there for you, right, for an activity as well. And then, of course, we have a discussion. So we have a holiday on Friday. A lot of students that have the Friday class won't have a session this week, and they're kind of backing because next week they're going to be behind. So I'm fortunate that we have our session this week and we're able to kind of go through the answers for the quiz. I promise you that next week we're going to be going through that discussion answers. So for the people that have not submitted their discussion as yet, I urge you to get in contact with Ms. Raisa and get that in, because I need to get that information out to everybody, right? I kind of want to stay on top of the game right now. I don't want things to be lacking at this point in time. So the information again is right here on the Moodle site. I don't want to kind of hold you up too much tonight, because I know you all, some people still have to kind of go and fine tune their discussion question. And we went through, I sent you the document again, an easier document. Let me take off the screen sharing. I sent you all an easier document when it comes to working, right? Let me just run this attendance real quick as well. All right. Yeah, I sent you an easier document when it comes to working with your group and something to refer to. Okay? And again, the major question coming out was the introduction. This introduction that you write is just going to be like an abstract of your entire body of work, right? It's like a summary of your entire body of work, right? That question number 1 summarizes just a case, okay? Just to kind of put that out there for you, okay? So we all know the difference. So the introduction is just abstract of the entire body of work you did, right? Of course, you have to answer the questions, do your conclusion, then you go ahead and then write the introduction. And that's how we're doing research, right? So after we finish the body of work, we summarize the entire work, right? And we talked about executive summary earlier, somebody mentioned that, and that's exactly what it is, right? Like an executive summary, okay? Moving on. Any other questions before we close out? I know some people have class, you can go ahead, right? Because I already took the attendance at 15 minutes already, so you're all good, right? And I have this video playback. For other people that didn't have a chance to read something, I'll still have time next week going to do the discussion answers for you all to go through some of the material, okay? So you won't be left out.
Sir, I joined kind of late for my...
Yeah. I'm watching the time. We're cutting off now. So any other questions? Rest of people, please feel free to email me, right? If you have any other concerns, I'm trying my best to kind of get back to the emails as fast as possible. And wish you all good luck for the assignment number 1 that's due next week. And please take the time out to finish your discussion that's due tonight, right, at midnight tonight. So get your discussion in. Also, for the people that have missing work, please contact Ms. Raisa and get that in by next week so I can go through everything and update my grade book. Okay? Especially for the people that's just coming in, right? It's important that try to get those grades in, right? Go ahead, Maria.
Sir, after 30 minutes, you can't delete your forum, Joe.
Delete your forum?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it locks in. I think how the instruction is locking up after a certain period of time. I'd have to get back to you on that one though. Right? I think usually after 30 minutes it kind of locks in. I think you have to post another one, I guess.
You have
we can edit.
to edit, and you have time to edit, like 30 minutes to edit.
Yeah, usually like 30 minutes, but afterwards it kind of locks in afterwards. I think you'll post a brand new one or something. I might have to, or the course coordinator might have to go in and delete it, and you can post another one. That's how our program works. It's similar to this one. But I don't have a time limit. Any other questions?
That forum you're speaking about, sir, that the one we have do from a long time ago, right?
No, that's a recent forum. This is we're at discussion number 2 already. That's a new one. That's the one for your chapter 1A, right? So that's a recent one. So we're at forum number 2 already. That forum 1 I was speaking about earlier, that people are missing grades for, that one already went, or that's the first forum. Go ahead. Go ahead. Next question, please.
Sir, how do we know how much we get, like our grade for the discussion forums?
Okay, I already posted the grades, so you're supposed to be able to access them. Next class, I'll be showing you how to view grades and stuff like that, right? I know there's a lot of students asking me that question as well, so I'll be going through Moodle and showing how to view your grades and stuff like that, because I already have it graded in the site already. No problem. Check that down one time. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Sir, I don't know if you mentioned it already before, but for the assignment, it's one writing for the whole group or it's individual?
No, it's group work. So it's gonna be one particular individual from the group uploads it, right, and have all the names on it. So it's just one upload happening, and I'll be putting in the grades in all your different respective columns. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.